Hold on to your hats. Just when crypto was looking calm, things have gotten wild again this week. I'm Joel Flynn. Welcome to the Daily Forkast, July the 21st, 2022. Markets wobble after Elon's Bitcoin sale. Polygon's Matic upgrade intrigues investors. The liquidity crunch is getting worse as Zipmex freezes customer withdrawals, and South Korean investigators make more raids over the Terra-LUNA collapse. This is what's happening from Asia to the world.
Join thousands of NFT traders who already start their day on CryptoSlam.
It is the question everyone's asking, but no one seems to have the full answer to. Have we hit the bottom yet? The signals have been a little bit mixed recently, but gains for crypto prices over the last week had suggested things were beginning to look up overnight after hitting fresh highs. Suddenly, investors don't look quite so sure. Bitcoin breached the $24,000 mark Wednesday night. It settled just off that at just over $22,800 as of Thursday morning Asia. Elon Musk may be partly to blame for the slip, but there are broader implications about what's going on. The rally is helping exchanges in India recover from a volume trading slump. That was, of course, after this year's crypto taxes. Eyes are also on Polygon's Matic as the network gears up for an upgrade. Forecast Lachlan Keller has a wrap of the latest.
Bitcoin hit its highest point in over a month overnight, after gaining more than 25% within a week. But electric vehicle maker Tesla, announcing it sold 75% of its Bitcoin holdings, saw it slide back. In a letter to shareholders, Tesla said the sale added over $900 million to their balance sheet and was made to increase the company's cash position amid the COVID-related uncertainty. Ethereum also fell, trading at just above $1,400 Thursday morning in Asia, after breaching $1,600 twice in the past 2 days. Meanwhile, Polygon Matic has soared 152% since June 18. It was trading at 81 US cents. In a series of tweets, Polygon said it's launching the testnet of its highly anticipated zero-knowledge or ZK rollup, dubbed Polygon ZK EVM, in what it called a giant leap forward for Ethereum scaling and ZK innovation. It added that the new solution enhances the security of Ethereum while increasing throughput and reducing fees by 90% with on-chain data. But with all the back and forth of markets, have we seen the bottom yet? Igneous Terranus of Bybit thinks so.
In the short term, the selling side is pretty kind of already fatigued, and the buying side, because there's people sitting on the sideline and there are people looking to acquire, and it just feels like a bottom has more or less been formed. So it seems that we are essentially still going to range, but maybe not as drastic.
Bitcoin's recent upturn has also proved good news for Indian crypto exchanges. Data shows trading volumes at WazirX have risen about 35% to $7.18 million since the beginning of the month, while CoinDCX saw volumes increase roughly 63% by Wednesday. Trading volumes in India had slumped to their lowest in years after the country's crypto tax law kicked in on April 1st. I'm Lachlan Keller. Forecast.
So have markets priced in all the risk? Well, even if they have, the crunch on liquidity is still growing, and there are some big headlines there today. Zipmex has become the latest exchange to pause withdrawals. Legal documents show that lender Vauld owes its customers over $360 million. And in South Korea, 15 companies have been raided as part of the investigation into what happened with Terra-LUNA. Meanwhile, former Celsius employees have revealed the company had issues going back years. Forecast Danny Park has more.
Despite the market stabilizing, it seems not all exchanges are breathing a sigh of relief. Singapore-based Zipmex announced a freeze on withdrawals Wednesday evening. Citing circumstances beyond their control, including volatile market conditions, the exchange said the pause is needed for the company to maintain the integrity of its platform. According to various media reports, its troubles reportedly include the loss of around $100 million loaned to Hong Kong-based Babel Finance. Babel halted withdrawals back on June 17th. Neither Zipmex nor Babel has responded to requests for comment by the time of recording. Meanwhile, it's been revealed that Vauld owes $363 million to retail customers. The exchange, which is also based in Singapore, halted client withdrawals for similar reasons to Zipmex on July 4th. It then applied to court in Singapore for a moratorium, giving it 6 months breathing space to prepare for restructuring. Court documents obtained by the bloc show Vauld owes a total of $402 million to creditors. 90% of that is retail investors' deposits, with one individual owed $34 million. The causes of Vauld's financial difficulties are also detailed, with the market turndown plus defaults on loans from several debtors noted. However, number one on the list was the collapse of Terra's UST stablecoin, which Vauld had staked around $28 million in. Speaking of which, over in South Korea, investigations into Terra-LUNA continue. Prosecutors raided a total of 15 companies, including 7 crypto exchanges, on Wednesday. Choi Sung-wook, prosecutor in Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office, told Forkast the aim was to secure any physical evidence needed to prove the allegations. According to local media reports, companies searched include leading South Korean crypto exchanges Bithumb and Upbit. The investigation began after a complaint was filed against Terraform Labs chief Do Kwon and co-founder Shin Hyun-sung for fraud charges. More details of troubles at Celsius have also emerged. According to former employees and documents seen by CNBC, problems had been brewing for years before the company filed for bankruptcy. They include failure in risk management, disorganization, and alleged market manipulation. One former employee told CNBC the compliance team didn't have the resources required to apply international finance laws to the business. They also claimed that at a Christmas party in 2019, executives remarked that they were pumping up the price of Celsius's own cell token. That echoes a lawsuit brought by former investment manager Jason Stone on July 8th, which alleges market manipulation by Celsius. I'm Danny Park, Forkast.
Meanwhile, the UK is pushing ahead with formal regulations on stablecoins. The British government has just introduced new rules on their use as a form of payment. Crypto assets will soon be regulated there in line with other digital payments. The Bank of England, the central bank, will also have oversight over crypto service providers. Now, the rules haven't been formally adopted yet. They are, though, part of broader efforts to strengthen Britain's financial system. The UK government has said it ultimately wants to become a global hub for crypto assets. If you want to find out more on what's happening next in crypto regulation, head to our website. You'll find exactly what's going on and what it means for you and the industry. Forkast.news, there is a link to that in the description below. And finally, Forkast is helping celebrate the contribution of women to the development of the Web3 economy. The initiative is called Women in Web3 Changemakers. It acknowledges female leaders working in every aspect of the space, from investing to engineering. The 3 criteria for winning an award as part of this initiative are inclusion, influence, and innovation. Anyone can nominate herself or indeed a female colleague by joining the Women of Web3 DAO. The move is in partnership with the Switzerland-based NEAR Foundation. Foundation CEO Marieke Flement says championing women in the field is vital.
Number one, actually, technology is a massive enabler and it's fantastic. But actually, if you don't have diverse and inclusive team building the next generation of technology, all the biases that we carry as human beings, whomever we are actually going to be translated in new technology. And so more than ever, it is a duty actually when we're so early on into creating a space to include and to make sure that we can have diverse and inclusive representation of every view to create a new technology that's really going to be showcasing that. If you look today at, for example, Google is like 95% of the search in the world. But if you look actually at the workforce that's been building that, or even like the algorithm and who's developed the algorithm, it's fair to say that there is a huge amount of biases that is built into that. We cannot let that happen for Web3. And therefore, it is actually fundamental to have a call out and to do that. The other thing I would say is that very often, we don't shout enough about the great women that we see in the space. You cannot be what you cannot see. And so actually role modeling and not being shy about it, but shouting about it and showcasing what's been happening, it's I believe, crucially important so that, more women can come in. How many times in a day do I hear, I cannot join, maybe I should not, but, if a woman is doing it, maybe I can. That's exactly what we need to break through. This space is still, not open enough. It still feels very jargonish, and actually by showcasing that anyone anywhere can participate, I really think we can make a change.
Nominations can be submitted online until August 15th. Winners will be announced at a reception at NearCon on September 13th. They'll also feature in a special 4-part series across Forkast platforms. All right, follow us on Twitter for the latest updates at Forkast_news. Let me know your thoughts about the bear market, regulation, and everything else that's going on in crypto at Joel Flynn. That is it, though, for today's Daily Forecast. I'll see you next time.